Sergeant Roach Sanderson is sent with Task Force 141 with the newly recruited Captain Price to a subbase 14 miles south-southeast of Petropavlovsk, Russia. John Price is recruited by Task Force 141 seemingly to search and destroy a Russian nuclear submarine. The two have landed far away from the rest of the team, so they must regroup in order to proceed with the mission at hand. The two eliminate enemy hostiles and invade convoys in stealth. They are soon ambushed by a pair of BTR-80 tanks and are forced into the forest. They continue to operate in stealth in spite of numerous patrols looking for the assailants. Roach and Price eventually reach the nearby village adjacent to the submarine base. They regroup the Ghost and the rest of the Task Force 141 as they obtain a predator drone to attack their hordes of ultranationalists. They reach the subbase and eliminate the attacking forces. Price enters the sub and seems to engage the self-destruct systems, except when Ghost notices the silo doors are open. When a nuclear missile rises in the air towards space, with Price's intention to detonate it in the upper atmosphere above Washington, D.C. as an EMP to weaken the ultranationalist forces and give a chance to the U.S. military to recover and counterattack. It then cuts to an astronaut named Sat-1 on an EVA mission. Mission Control locates a missile traveling across the atmosphere through Sat-1's helmet cam. The missile detonates, eliminating radio contact and destroys the ISS. Sat-1 hurtles through space as a solar panel crushes him. We switch back to Ramirez as he and his team view the EMP blast. Gunships spontaneously crash midair and fighter jets dive into the ground. Streetlights shut off and fires in the night rule the darkness. Foley's team runs through the street, evading crashing helicopters and airplanes. They make it to safety and meet Private Vaughn as a courier commanding everyone to go to the White House by order of Colonel Marshall. We soon encounter stranded units as ultranationalists violate their support. They find disabled BTR-80s, the trapped crew, and dead Rangers. Ramirez and the crew enter through the Eisenhower building and find the presidential bunker. As Corporal Zahn opens it, though, it reveals that the bunker is destroyed and wrecked. The EMP saves Sergeant Foley and his squad and countless others from being killed by ultranationalists, but the ensuing blast in orbit destroyed the International Space Station and shut down both factions and the city itself at 7:28 p.m., evening the playing field. The EMP would be considered the tipping point for General Shepard on his relationship with Captain Price, as it would result in the kill order for Price and his partner Soap. After passing through the leaking tunnels and wreckage, we open up to the White House under siege. Snipers and MGs take position from the windows and kill the attacking Rangers. Corpses dominate the south lawn. Sergeant Foley meets with the Colonel Marshall, and Ramirez notices the power has returned to the White House, making it an essential location. The team makes it to the Oval Office in the West Wing and struggles to hand-down protocol issued by the U.S. military. Many high-priority buildings aren't lit by green flares, being inhabited by ultranationalists, giving permission for fighter jets to destroy Washington, D.C. Ramirez and his team battle the defending Russians with vengeance and fury. The offices, kitchens, and hallways are evidence of the destruction and vengeance of the ultranationalists. Minutes count down as the fires burn and the body count rises. Ramirez reaches the roof with seconds to spare and is paired with another Ranger. He pops green flares and sees fire jets fly across the war quota sent through the radio comms. Ramirez also sees other buildings in the skyline also lit with green flares, signaling the U.S. Army Rangers taking control of Washington, D.C. Plans are being made of a possible counterattack on Russia, as their fellow Rangers and signs of relief spread, as the Rangers swear revenge on the Russians as they view the war-torn fury skyline of Washington, D.C. General Shepard has seemingly cornered Vladimir Makarov in two safe houses, somewhere near Kandahar, Afghanistan, on the Georgian-Russian border in the Caucasus Mountains. Roach goes to Task Force 141 and two snipers invade an East State safe house in Caucasus Mountains. The team is ambushed by mines and snipers. They survive and reach and clear the safe house. After killing its occupants, they find a fully stocked army with machine guns, assault rifles, shotguns, snipers, and claymores. To top it off, entire insurgent headquarters from Makarov's playbook, containing names, places, contacts, and his financial work affairs. The intel of the safe house is massive. The team sets up claymores in defensive positions, as Roach starts to download Makarov's files. General Shepard sends the extraction team to the safe house, due in 15 minutes. Makarov's ultranationalists attack the house with the intent of killing the Task Force 141 operators and obtain Makarov's files. The DSM completes copying the files, nearly all the Task Force 141 operators dead. The survivors are Ghost and Roach. They make their way to the LZ, avoiding mortars and attack the ultranationalists. Shepard's payload is inside as mortar injures Roach. Ghost drags into General Shepard's payload. As soon as they reach Shepard, he pulls out his .44 Magnum and shoots Roach in the chest. Ghost exclaims and Shepard shoots him as well. Shepard then pulls a DSM from Roach's dying body, as the Shadow Company carries their bodies into a pit, as Captain Price warns the Task Force 141 not to trust Shepard, from Afghanistan. The Shadow Company specialist dumps a jerry of gasoline on Roach. Shepard then finishes his cigar and throws it to Roach. The fire burns as the two soldiers in fiery death. As that Shepard looks at the stain and walks away, as Sergeant Gary Roach Sanderson and Lieutenant Simon Ghost Riley die. General Shepard killed off the operators of Task Force 141 because they were the only ones who knew of Shepard's actions and intelligence on PFC Joseph Allen and his final operation. No importance of being a hostile or a member of his own Task Force 141. Because Ghost and Roach had collected sensitive intel about Vladimir Makarov, his plan was complete and had no need for Task Force 141. The Task Force 141 had discovered his true intentions. It would reveal him as a traitor and destroy his master plan of World War III. With his war hero status established, he kills the Task Force 141 in the Caucasus Mountains and elsewhere throughout the world. Captains Price and Soap reveal Shepard's agenda near Kandahar, Afghanistan, and are ambushed by ultranationalists and Shadow Company to be exterminated in the events of the enemy of my enemy. The Shadow Company is either an American Black Ops unit, obviously no relation Call of Duty Black Ops, or a private military company under command of Lieutenant General Herschel von Shepard III, serving as his personal security detail and operations force that carries orders without regard for law, evident by exterminating Task Force 141. The motto is Umbra Catrove, Shadow Company in Latin. The Shadow Company was possibly formed after Shepard received his blank check before the EMP detonation in Washington, D.C. from the Secretary of Defense. After the level loose ends, we follow Soap and Price within a firefight between the Shadow Company and Makarov's ultranationalists in the U.S. Vehicle Disposal Yard 437, 160 miles southwest of Kandahar, Afghanistan. After the betrayal of the Caucasus Mountains, the Shadow Company engaged battle to kill Makarov's ultranationalists and the rest of Task Force 141. Price contacts Nikolai to extract them from the battle zone. Price orders Soap to rendezvous into the outskirts towards the main runway and meet up with Nikolai in the C-130 cargo plane. Price talks to Vladimir Makarov via hacked calls and learns Shepard's HQ in Afghanistan, otherwise known as Site Hotel Bravo. Soap makes his way around and through the battle with stealth. The vehicle graveyard provides multiple vantage points to survey the battlefield and kill your enemies. Airplane and land vehicle bones litter the land, with Americans, Russians, and British fight amongst each other. Soap meets up with Price and another Task Force 141 operator, Rook, driving a Jeep. Soap enters and fires an attacking ultranationalist in a truck and all miniguns at top speed. Soap enters the runway with their enemies firing on you. Nikolai's plane is in sight, but Rook is shot. Soap takes control of the Jeep and steers it toward the plane's ramp as Price rides covering fire. The heat intensifies as bullets whiz by and crash vehicles during the ranks of destroyed veterans in the disposal yards, and the Soap crashes in the cargo plane. Soap and Price then retreat to Nikolai's safe house to recuperate and to rearm themselves, and to bring vengeance to Shepard for the death of countless 141 operatives and their betrayal. With most of Task Force 141 eliminated and nearly all out of allies, they have no other objectives except kill Lieutenant General Herschel von Shepard III. They plan to infiltrate Shepard's cliffside base stealthily and kill General Shepard in the war room. Price and Soap know it's a suicide mission, therefore Price declining Nikolai's extraction plan. Before Soap and Price leave towards Site Hotel Bravo, Price hacks the satellite and sends a distress signal to all the surviving Task Force 141 members in hiding around the world. He warns of Shepard's betrayal and what will happen to their voices if Shepard survives and Soap and Price die, passing on the duty in a way in case of death. Alongside the broadcast, Price's profile of the early days in the military is attached, with a list of criminal charges on Shepard's betrayal. The mission starts during a sandstorm at Site Hotel Bravo, Afghanistan, as Captains MacTavish and John Price approach the base. Price obtains frequencies for the Shadow Company, heavily to avoid patrols and giving them reps on the current situation. Soap follows Price to a ridge overseeing a large gorge. Beneath him is the Shadow Company squad, where later dispatched and silenced by Yi and Price. The two rappel down to a secret entrance to Shepard's base. Soap and Price have ordered to eliminate team to Shadow Company. They're taking a smoke, relaxing, or patrolling the perimeter. Eventually, the two reach the steam room, and the lights shut down as squad prepares to breach the room, fear of intruders in the base. The two reveal themselves, ringing the alarm and killing the breaching squad. The scene then shifts to catwalks, where Price eliminates a defending specialist at the cave entrance. Soap and Price pass through supply sheds, snapping heavily armed soldiers, shooting enemies through smoke screens, and blowing explosive barrels where enemies used as cover. Soap and Price reach the war room, but the metal door is locked closed. Soap plants a charge in the door and breaches the war room. The enemies nearly kill the two, but Soap gets a drop on them. Close inspection of the war room reveals lots of computer consoles, pop cannons, and explosive barrels strapped to C4. This military map in the center reveals Shepard's areas of responsibilities. Soap and Price escape, but instead witness an artillery strike near them in a storage depot ordered by General Shepard. The gargantuan cloud of fire rises and burns the air around Soap. As the dust settles, burning shell-shocked specialists crawl and shamble away from the blast zone. This goes to show Shepard's obvious disregard for human life and loyalty, willing to kill his own men to further his interests. The blood hunt continues, as Shepard has retreated to the motorboat in a nearby river. Soap and Price give chase on another boat. Price has an M4A1 Grenadier at the front, while Soap controls the boat and mini-UT at his side. Soap passes through a makeshift harbor, providing the Shadow Company perfect vantage points to fire on Soap. The river then restricts to a tighter canal, and then is opened up in light to a large lake with tall rock formations. The Shadow Company defends Gold Eagle with ferocity. Soap races past huge rocks and takes down entire squads with his mini-UT. The empty boats flip and crash into the river and rock formations. They enter the rapids and chase down Shepard one-on-one. The rapids are more rigorous, as Shepard's boat enters his pavelo. Pavelo is about to fly off, but turns around to gun down Soap and Price. Price shoots the engine and the helicopter begins to crash. However, the boat is caught in a waterfall, and Soap sees Shepard's pavelo crash onto the beach as they crash into the river. Soap falls in the river, unconscious. Soap awakens to the sound of rushing water and fires burning. He is caught in the middle of a severe sandstorm. Soap cops up water and gets up to his feet. He pulls out his knife and walks forward. He finds the crashed pavelo as the fires burn. A shell-shocked pilot crawls away as he leaves a blood trail behind him. Another pilot suffers and grabs his empty guillotine in an attempt to kill Soap. Soap kills them both. Through the harsh, flowing sand, Soap spots Shepard emerging from the wreckage. Soap misses but falls and makes huddle against a car next to an abandoned oil derrick. Shepard insults him for the last time, commenting on his inability to do what was absolutely necessary. He lunges forward to stab him, but Shepard grabs him and knocks him to the ground. Shepard then pulls out his own knife and stabs Soap in the chest. Soap wakes again to see Shepard loading his .44 Magnum. He explains of how because of World War III, U.S. will gain more power and gain their military might, just as he wanted. Shepard cocks his revolver and aims it at Soap. Out of nowhere, Price comes and knocks Shepard's gun out of his hand as it fires to the ground next to him. Price grabs him and starts to fight him. Soap calls for Shepard's .44 Magnum, but Shepard moves it and kicks him in the head, knocking him out. Soap watches the ensuing hand-to-hand battle between Price and Shepard. Fists fly, kicks him in contact, and headbutts disorientate. Shepard regains quickly and throws Price onto the ground. Shepard lands on top of him and punches Price in an endless cycle. The sandstorm roars ever more until he realizes the key to save Price, the knife impaled in his chest. Soap, with little strength, grabs the knife and begins to pull it out. His vision starts to fade and blood flows as he pulls out the knife. He grabs it with both hands and pulls it out, nearly fainting from shock and blood loss. Captain Jonathan Soap MacTavish aims the knife for Shepard's head and throws it. Lieutenant General Herschel von Shepard III looks up just in time to see the knife puncture his left eye, killing him. He falls next to a still Captain Price. The sandstorm soon dies down to a still landscape. Soap starts to lose his grip on life and begins to sink into death, until Captain Price coughs to life. Seeing Soap's mangled condition, he crawls towards him and starts to apply bandages to him. Price then sees an MH-6 Little Bird helicopter landing near them. Price carries Soap over to the Little Bird, when Nikolai appears and offers escape from the Shadow Company and offers protection. Now labeled as international fugitives, Captain Jonathan Price and Nikolai carry Captain Jonathan Soap MacTavish over the support helicopter as the events of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 come to a close. Thanks for watching part 2 of the Modern Warfare storyline. I appreciate those viewers who have been following the series since part 1, and I thank you for your support. As a recap, this series will be split into 4 parts. Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 should not come until late January to culminate with the new campaign, and the summary and finale of the Modern Warfare storyline. Rate, comment, and subscribe to this video. Share your insight and feelings about the Modern Warfare series and about Call of Duty in general. My name is Factory1208, and I'll talk to you guys later.